Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Hey guys, George Alexander here, and today we are watching The Crown Season 4, Episode 1. I've been waiting for this since they announced The Crown. Since they announced there was going to be a film TV show called The Crown, I was like, I need this era in my life. This era has now arrived, and I am therefore thankful that this is the point of time that we are existing in, minus everything bad that's happening in the world right now. But, so I have watched season 1 to 3. I watched it when they came out. I didn't react to them because I didn't think there was people that wanted to see reactions to it. I thought it was a really good series, but I didn't know it was like a reaction series. And then I found, in my humble opinion, who's another great reactor who reacts to The Crown. I was like, oh my god, like people do react to The Crown. Well, she reacts to The Crown. I was like, I would have done that. Anyway, season 4 came along and I thought this is the perfect time to react to The Crown. So, yeah, we're going to do it. Hopefully, if all goes well, this will be out the day of The Crown dropping. If not, 2 days after. I'm going to try and do at least 2 episodes a week coming out on the channel. If this works, it'll be hopefully Sunday and a Wednesday. But don't, basically just expect 2 a week at some point in the week. Depending on copyright issues, we will find out. But yeah, so without further ado, look, I want to get into this. I'm really excited to watch this. Olivia Colman still, I think, needs to give me something more. She's good, but there was just, Claire Foy really was just top tier Elizabeth. So I want to see maybe a bit more from Claire this season. Also, I'm really excited to see Helena Bonham Carter and Margaret's story arc, as well as dive into a bit more about Princess Anne. And of course, we're going to have Thatcher, Gillian Anderson, which I'm really excited to see, and of course, Diana. I don't think Diana's going to show up in the first couple of episodes. I think she's episode 3. I kind of saw when I clicked on it, it said the fairy tale, and I thought it's probably going to be that one. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This is episode 1. It's called The Gold Stick. I can't wait. Also, you may find out that in most of these episodes, I probably watch wearing the same clothes because I'm going to try and binge practically all of the episode in one, all of the series in like one day, maybe 2. So yeah, without further ado, let's just dive right into it. Have I got the screen recorder on? I do now. Okay, everyone, here we go. I'm nervous.
Does the British presence in Ireland still endure?
Is this going to be IRA? Oh, there's so much
many
that
sacrifices
happens.
have been
Even
made.
just forget about Diana. It's just like
So
all
many of our
this.
brothers and sisters have given their lives in resistance to that occupation, but we are still ignored.
Why ever not? How queer.
Perhaps he wants to keep his figure.
I love the Queen Mother. I like, as in
He
the
talks more to you
actress.
than to anyone.
The actual Queen Mother,
Well,
I think, was a
I'm afraid
monster.
it's very clear the Navy is not for him.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about his career.
She means matters of the heart.
Not in that way, but you know what I mean, like, just agreed with the fact that this was what life was going to be rather than Diana. Just a bit from the trailer. Because Diana was 16 when he first met her. Or 15, was she?
All the characters have such wonderful names. Flute, Snout, Goodfellow.
She does really do it well, the voice.
Yes, Bottom.
It's like Diana, but not like,
They gave that part to a girl called Francesca Lamont.
not an impersonation, if you know what I mean.
Enormous backside.
I won't say a thing.
Thank you, sir.
Girl. I'm going to have so much to say about this series because I have a huge fascination with Diana, and it's for all different reasons.
Gives the
No.
tourists a
Thatcher!
wonderful day.
I will not be drawn on any subject save the weather. It's a lovely day.
It's looking like a comfortable victory for the Conservative Party.
I'm really excited for these scenes.
Mr. and Mrs. Thatcher.
Famous Blue.
Mrs. Thatcher.
Your Majesty.
Your party has won the election. It is my very great pleasure to invite you to form a government in my name.
Women?
In cabinet.
No, certainly not. Well, not just because there aren't any suitable candidates. But I have found women in general tend not to be suited to high office. I left thinking we might work very well together.
Two menopausal women. That'll be a smooth ride.
I heard that.
This isn't like you.
Remind me, what is...
Tobias does
me?
such a good
I seem not
Philip
to have forgotten how
voice.
to ride, but
Like, I
now-
love Matt Smith, I
Let's
love him,
remind you,
but
you
Tobias's
are the most
voice is very... And I think it's because he's older and
resilient,
things, but
determined young woman that I
I
know.
can just hear it.
That is, if my happiness is even remotely important to you.
Hate to say
Now I
it,
must
but
go.
unfortunately, it's not Charles. And that's going to plague you for the rest of your life. And everyone's going to think that you're the bad guy in this, and although you should never have cheated on Diana and treated her sometimes the way you did, I think it all stems from the family. And yeah, but we'll talk about that after. This all seems really rather foreboding. Like, was he assassinated? This is stressing me out, this. Because, like, is he gonna get shot? Are they gonna do something to the car? This is really...
1, 2, and...
Did the IRA blow them up?
40 years after the
I
abdication,
know, yeah.
you're making so little attempt to conceal your infatuation for another man's wife. How could you contemplate such ruin and disappointment to yourself, to your family,
So this is one of the reasons that
to
he
me?
said no to Camilla for it.
Must I?
I am sick and tired of those who would seek to rationalize and make excuses for the atrocities committed by the IRA. There's no such thing as political murder, or political bombing, or political violence. There's only criminal murder, criminal bombing, and criminal violence. And I give you my word, I will wage a war against the Irish Republican Army with relentless determination and without mercy until that war is won.
That's what she wanted to hear.
Territorial of the next best thing. Which Dickie was. To us both. What are you talking about? You have a father. You have a father.
Family is so fucked up. Like, just... why anyone would want to marry into the royal family. It's just chaos and darkness.
I don't know how you did that.
I know that we see Diana as like this
Utterly
fashion
brilliant.
icon, which she
Thank you.
was maybe towards the end of her
I'm sorry,
life,
we
like in the
haven't met.
90s, but in the
We
80s,
have.
girl, she was...
So I was in costume
she
at the
made
time.
some choices.
Sarah Spencer's younger sister.
The Mad Tree.
Diana.
Oh, of course, yeah, he didn't even realise it's her.
I just wanted to say you're very much in my thoughts. All our thoughts. Sir.
She's so good.
Oh, well, everyone in the family calls her Dutch, because ever since childhood she's behaved as if she were destined for greater things.
She says that in the book that I've got
Oh,
behind
dear.
her. She knew that
I
she
just
was
put you
destined
off.
for great things.
No. You've rather intrigued me now. Would you mind if I asked her out?
And so it begins. I think I said that when we first saw her, but now it really begins.
Your Royal Highness.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming. Both of you. Oh, damn, you all have no idea what's coming for you. Okay, guys, so that was episode 1. Really good episode, actually. I was surprised that we got Diana. I didn't think we were going to do that. I thought she would be later on in the series. And I thought we would just start off with Thatcher and the Queen. God, sorry, it's really early. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, well, 9 o'clock. I thought we'd just be getting more scenes with the Queen and Thatcher, but so it's really exciting to see that they're diving into this straight away. Of course, this is obviously 1980. This must be now. This is when they obviously first met, and then 81, of course, is the wedding, which I believe is the 3rd episode. I think it's called The Fairy Tale, so I imagine it is, but I don't know. But I really, really enjoyed that episode. Definitely feeling a bit more from Olivia, even just in this one episode. I think she's definitely just, I don't know, maybe it's because I've got used to her, maybe because of season 3 it was so different because we were so used to Claire and Matt, and it was like, oh, this is a shock. But I think she's doing well. Thatcher, Gillian is doing a fantastic job with Thatcher. I know I said in my, if you watch my official trailer review, I was like, oh, I'm not sure about the voice, because I'd been kind of used to seeing, of course, Meryl Streep's version of the character. But this portrayal is definitely, just seems a lot more realistic. Not that Meryl's wasn't realistic, but this one just seems a bit more lifelike. I don't know, so I'm really looking forward to really getting to grips with Gillian and Thatcher's character and how her character envelops with, of course, the royal family, particularly the Queen. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really good series. Also really loved, of course, Charles Dance, who's fantastic, really great actor, and of course I had no idea that happened. No idea. I knew he died, but I didn't realise it was assassination by the IRA. So that was something even I picked up on, and that I learned from this episode. Really love Princess Anne. I think she's such a great, she's like one of my favourite royals as well. I think she's so cool, and I really love her portrayal in this series as well. I think that she gets, she's always sort of just goes under the radar a lot of the time with the royals, but I think she seems like a really great person. Of course, we've got Charles and Diana, and that is something that we're all looking forward to seeing how they tell this story. As I was saying earlier, I'm a huge fan of Diana, like massive, like ask any of my friends, like I'm obsessed. But for me, it's about that I think for me, I like her because I was like, damn, she did what, you know, trying to explain myself properly. I don't see her as, well, she was the Queen of Hearts and all that, and that's great, but she really knew what she was doing a lot of the time, and I take my hat off to her. I think she was, you know, of course she was vulnerable. I think that, and I know that we always say this stuff about, oh, the royal family, and Charles and Camilla. To me, Charles loved Camilla. Camilla loved Charles. They wanted to be together. They couldn't be together. If you couldn't be with the person you loved, you know, it's awkward. You would want to still be with them, and of course you're trying to find somebody else to love, and of course he did love Diana in a sense. He had 2 children, but he was destined to be with Camilla. And if the Queen had told him when he was a kid, oh, by the way, I'm going to live forever, so you don't have to worry about being king, you can marry Camilla, because that's the only reason he couldn't marry Camilla, because she wasn't fit to be queen. So maybe the Queen should have said, you know, in the 80s, look, I'm going to live forever, marry Camilla, and then we wouldn't have. But of course, then we wouldn't have had William and Harry, and of course Diana is great. But I really do, I love Diana, but I think that the sainthood with Diana is misplaced, and she was a very complex character, and I'm intrigued to see how they do that in this series, and if it's not just a oil painting of Diana like, if we see a bit more inside her, and that she knew, she was a very clever girl, she was. So, yeah, we shall see. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. All my social media in the description box below. And yeah, until next time, see ya.